4 minus x squared look like?
Do we need to say what number this is?
Number 36, you may say that?
Yeah.
4 minus x squared, what does that look like? A parabola.
Yeah.
Does it do this?
Yes.
And then also it is a line that looks like this, correct? So, if it is what is above the x-axis, right, on or above, so truly what I'm finding is this. Aren't I? Do you agree?
No. Why wouldn't it be the... Yeah, why isn't it the other one?
It's not bound by the curves.
Oh,
It's not bound by the curves. The other one's bound by the curves.
that's bound by the curves means between the two curves.
But isn't
This is what is between the two curves.
No,
There's another point on that photo.
Yes. Bound by the curves means enclosed between the two curves.
And above the x-axis.
Okay, but when we do bound by the curves, that gets us this. Above the x-axis takes that piece off.
so then it's the right part, it's technically not, it's below the second curve or whatever. It's below the 3x. So it doesn't count.
Right. It's not bound in those two.
Okay, got me.
So but you're going to have two pieces.
It says to use a triangle, like find the area of the triangle.
By subtracting, so you can find all of this and take this off. Take this off. Hi, Harrison. How are you feeling today? Well, that's a good thing. So how's your count going? Are you doing all right? Do you have any questions? Okay.
Yeah, you do, Harry. You can't ask me a million whenever we face it.
Did you hear Hunter? He said you can't ask him a million questions and not ask us. Okay, so you think you're okay? The worksheet, yes. Well, I hope. You have to be well first. Okay, okay. So I will, I'm going to work some examples. On. So either one of these equations, did that work? Either one of these equations should give you 7.5? All right, what now? Book or worksheet?
No, book.
Book.
38. I don't think go off one.
On 38, okay. We want it in the first quadrant, correct? Griffin. Is it Ben? Y equals F. X equals 2. And the curve y equals 1 over x squared. What does that look like?
It's like a skinny curve.
One.
I'm pretty sure it's a skinny curve.
So does it go this way?
Yeah, but it's the right side of the line.
But it doesn't. Oh, well, right.
So it does this?
Yeah.
So what I want to find
It's got a little area in there.
is this little area in here, right?
It's
Yeah.
why that one?
X.
What? No.
Why is that one?
How's that?
That.
Now it doesn't touch the X.
Why are we finding that one? Now we go from.
Okay.
Why are we finding that one?
Griffin, because it told us to.
Why did it tell us?
Read the
Why
problem.
is it not the other one?
Why is it not what other one?
He's talking about that part.
Why is it not up here? Because it says one side is the x-axis.
So I put that in above the x-axis.
No, it says and the x-axis, which means one side of it is the x-axis. Okay, so do you see what I have is something that looks like this, don't I?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? There are actually two different tops. Right here, this has a top and a bottom, and this has a top and a bottom. So I have to do each piece because they have a different top. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
So, where do these cross? One would? No, that's what I thought. So this piece, the first integral is going to be 0 to 1 of x dx plus, what is this one going to be? 1 to 2? Would you agree? Of 1 over x squared dx?
Even though it doesn't touch the line.
It doesn't matter because it encloses it there, and it tells us to stop at 2. Tell me what you got. Huh? Oh. Don't speak Spanish in front of me. That's rude. Huh? This classroom, the official language of this classroom is English.
I got one too.
I also got one.
Yeah, I got. Oh, I thought you said it one time.
No, it was. Good, you got the right answer. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Why we have to split it?
I was confused why you wouldn't, subtract the line under, but then what if y equals 0, so.
So it's just minus 0. Yeah. All right. Is that it with the book? 32?
When I graphed it, and I tried to find the intersection,
From negative pi over 4 to pi over 4? Do you have a picture?
It's
32. Do you have a picture? 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? 32. 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? 32. 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? 32. 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? 32. 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? 32. 32. Do you have a picture? You're getting one? I think it does something like this for secant squared.
So it's 7 to
Negative pi over 4 to pi over 4. And tan squared looks like this, I think. Huh? They don't touch. So does it do this? Oh,
Yeah, more or less that.
okay. This is a good one because I want you all to see this. I can do from negative pi over 4 to pi over 4, right? And I think it's secant squared x minus tan squared x. Am I right? But I have a question. Looking at this, could I do this? Do this piece and double it? Is that easier for you? Because it's 0. But it doesn't mean, when you plug 0 in, doesn't mean it's 0, does it?
So, basically, you're like facing the use your hand, not calculator.
Well, you've got to be able, what if it was a no calculator problem, you need to know that that works. Can you take the antiderivative?
So, if you do this,
Or it'd be one you could find. Like you could find a sine of x minus 2, you know. Guys, to do this by hand, can you? Okay, I'm doing this one. All right, I'm doing the one on the left. Is this, and this is just asking the same thing as this. Right? So do I actually have is that right? So is this 2 times x from 0 to pi over 4? Why would it be negative?
Well, you're not distributing.
Why aren't you should distribute this negative? So are we here? So isn't it pi over 2? That turned out to be a pretty easy problem, didn't it? What? Yes, it is. Well, you have game sheets, don't you?
Oh, yeah, but when you do them,
Well, my first clue was I can't take the antiderivative of tan squared. So I've got to change it to something that I can take an antiderivative of. That's why I decided to do that. Yes,
I just have a question about like the instructions on the worksheet
on the worksheet. All right, where?
for 436. I understand what we're supposed to do.
I believe all you're supposed to do is draw a sketch.
okay, but when I do the first one, I don't understand like where we're supposed to shade, because it says 0 to 4, but the only, like, top to bottom, two.
Yeah, well, it's empty, thank you. So, on number 4, the first thing I'm shading is the first thing I'm drawing is x minus 1, right? You agree? Which looks like this. Then I'm drawing x over 2, which looks like my picture is wrong, so I'm trying to. Looks like this, doesn't it? Huh? Mine do too, way up here somewhere. And you're only shading between 0 and 4? That's all you have to do. Did yours cross where?
At 2.
Okay, so you're saying yours did this. So you're going to shade here and here.
So it doesn't matter if the top function isn't, like,
It's actually a misprint is why it did that. Because it's actually x plus 1. So they did that, they don't cross. But who else has a question on the worksheet? I do.
Okay, so on number 40, it says injury with respect to x and y.
Uh-huh.
So the y, there's not like a right or left.
So on the y, you convert them both. What you have on the y is negative 1 to 3, which is your y values.
Right.
Bottom of the y to the top, and you use the curve, which is radical 3 minus y, minus 0, right?
So you do it.
And you double it.
Oh.
You double it. Yeah, because they're doing this, right? So if you do right minus left, you're doing right minus this. You're doing this piece. And so you double it to get both of them.
Minus 0 to use the axis right there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What did you say the interval was?
Negative 1 to 3. This bottom, I didn't go far enough. This bottom to this top. Anybody else, or are we going to work? You're working? Okay, book page 2 tomorrow, right? Okay.